Every fall, I see the same thing over and over again for so many years. What happens? Agents panic. They don't know what happened. The phone isn't ringing. The pipeline is dry. Haven't had sales in a while. I'll tell you what happened. Summertime. Here's what nobody tells you when you get into real estate down in South Florida. And yes, I'm talking to you. There's 65,000 of you out there. And I bet nobody ever told you what it was like to survive the summer doldrums and make sure that you still have a thriving business all year round. Today, I'm going to cover what is the actual slow summer season here in Miami. What is it like? How does it impact our business as realtors? What are the mistakes that I see a lot of realtors make? And what do we do differently here at RSG to help our agents not just survive the summer, but thrive in the summer? I'm Riley Smith, and I'm run one of the largest real estate teams here in Miami for over 25 years. We're based here in Coconut Grove. We do residential realty, and we specialize in helping agents take their business to the next level. Let's start talking about what's actually happening in the market. So many agents, they misread what's going on right now, and that mistake can be catastrophic. Miami is unique, and if you know anything about Miami, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But real estate in Miami is so different from real estate in the rest of the country that so many people who get down here and get into this business, they can't make heads or tails of what's going on here. We are the opposite of most of the United States in terms of our season. For some reason, South Florida, when the summertime comes, the real estate market comes to a grinding halt. And the reason is South Florida in the summer is no fun. It's hot, it's buggy, it's rainy. And it's also the time when kids are out of school and everybody here gets out of town. And anybody who has any sense is probably saying, I don't want to go to Miami to look for homes in the summertime. Really, we have this weird opposite effect where most people around the country are trying to move in the summer. They waited for winter to go away so they can get it back out and see houses. They're worried about what school they're going to be going to and where they're going to be living. Here in Miami, it's the exact opposite. As soon as July hits, this town dries up, real estate dries up, and we are quiet. July, August, and September is pretty much a no-go zone, but there are some tricks to navigating this that we're going to talk about today. Summertime is interesting in what it does to the market. Of course, Miami market is massive. We have condos, prices down as like 100,000, and we have houses on the water at 100 million. So of course, seasonality hits everybody different. I believe really the biggest impact that we see is in the higher end part of the market. That's where people can afford not to put their homes on the market. They can afford to take some time off. They can go on vacation. They can go away. Nobody wants to sell their house when they're on vacation. Nobody wants to come down here in the summertime who has the means to go somewhere else. So we see a lot less people here in the higher end market than we do in some of the other markets. Of course, the lower end market and the average market is always turning. It just does slow down naturally as people get away from the summer. So now we've talked about the market itself and what happens. Let's talk about what happens to real estate agents in this time. There are so many agents that make this catastrophic mistake, and then when the fall comes, they're way behind the 8 ball. The single biggest mistake I see real estate agents make, including my own teammates, is they think summertime is playtime, and they can take summer off like all of their clients. And the biggest mistake they make is they stop staying in touch with their people. So all of a sudden, we get back in season in the fall, and they haven't spent any time, any energy staying in touch, talking to their clients, getting ready for the season. They think they're going to come back from break just like everybody else and jump right in. They understand that without doing the work during the summer and staying relevant and staying in front of your clients and adding value to them all summer long, when your clients come back, they're not even thinking about you anymore. They probably already found somebody else. Because a mistake everybody makes is thinking the buyers and sellers are making decisions in real time. They start way earlier thinking about these things. So over the summer, if they're planning on coming to market for the winter season, they're already discussing all kinds of details about the house, things they want to fix up, what they want to do, and of course, that ever big question, who are they going to use to represent them in the sale? And if you're not staying in front of them, you're not touching them, you're not reaching out to them in so many different ways, they are going to forget about you and somebody's going to steal your client. So the psychology of agents is interesting, and it's really something to study probably. We should probably study all of our brains, because what they can't understand is if everybody's off and everybody's relaxed and everybody's traveling and I'm at home and I've got the kids and I don't know what to do, there's a million excuses for you to fall into the same trap that a lot of other people do, where their business is not reliant on building relationships and staying omnipresent in front of your clients. So the biggest trap is thinking I can take the summer off just like everybody else. I've been doing this for almost 25 years, and I, of course, learned mostly from my mistakes. The first few years of my career, I used to do the exact thing I'm talking about. I would be like, oh, my clients are gone. How am I even talk to them? I'm not going to touch them. I'm going to go play. I'm going to recharge my battery, and I'm just going to forget about real estate for a couple months and then get back in it when the season starts and kill it. And I quickly realized this is a 3 365-day-a-year job. And if you're smart, you can find ways to stay in front of your people, even if you're traveling, even if you're taking time off, so that you are constantly touching them at the right time and getting ahead of this before they make that critical decision. I want to break down a little bit more about what we encourage our agents here at RSG to do so that they stay front of mind of their clients, even when their clients are traveling, even when they're out of town on vacation. I think it's an important part of continuing the entire year cycle of touching your prospects. Here at RSG, we are really dependent on our database. We have to make sure that our database knows who we are, knows what we do. You know what everybody says. People work with you if they know you, they like you, and they trust you. You have to always be building trust. You have to always be adding value. And of course, you have to always stay front of mind. So we spend a lot of time getting ready for summer. As a matter of fact, we're masterminding about it right now to see if there's anything new out there that we can do. But some of the things I encourage my agents to do is make sure they set up all kinds of automations. Make sure before you go on vacation that you've got all your social media posts ready to go. Make sure you have your email blasts all set. Make sure you're thinking about different things that happen. Life does not stop in the summer just because the market slows down. Your people, make sure you're watching them on social, seeing where they're traveling, commenting on what they're doing. There's so much that we can do that agents just think, I can put that on the back burner. That's so important. And right now is a great time to talk to your people. Get them on the phone. Nobody else is doing it. Half the agents in Miami are taking the summer off. So this really belongs to the people who want to work and keep their business consistent. I'm not saying don't go on vacation. I'm not saying don't take Fridays off or have an early time get out of the office. But I am saying make sure you use the right tools, the right mindset, stay sharp so that you can continuously touch your clients. The most important thing we do as agents is talk to our clients, add value to them, so when the time is right for them to buy or sell, they know exactly who the knowledge brokers are and who they want to work with. And you have to make sure you're doing this even in the summer. So of course, in the summer, we have less transactions. There's less things to reach out and talk to your database about. But I think this is a good opportunity for you to get a little more specific about and where they live. I think this is a great time for you to take the opportunity to do CMAs for them. It's a great time to call in and just check in and see if they need anything in their house. A lot of people are doing repairs in the summer. You could be a resource for them because you surely know a handyman, a roofer, a plumber, or anything they might be thinking about. Also, there's a lot of landscape projects that go on. You could be the voice of reason there. You can connect them with your landscaper or your yard people, making sure that any home projects they're doing, they are calling you and looking at you as a place of resources. I think this is really important in the summer. And I also just think since no one else is touching them, make sure you're just giving them a call and checking in. The summer is a great time for you to quietly expand and build those relationships, especially because they're not being bombarded by any other realtors. I really believe most realtors check out for the summer. So if you're one of the ones that's dedicated to this job and you committed to doing this thing 365 days a year, you're going to rise up in terms of their front of mind. You're going to be the one they think about more. If you're writing them, you're calling them, you're texting them, you're reaching out to them, you're sending them stuff in the mail. Old school. We're doing a lot of that lately. Not going to give you all my secrets right now. If you want more, you're going to have to call us. But I am telling you right now, here at RSG, we make it an absolute priority to touch our clients as many times as possible in the summer because we know no one else is doing it. So what is amazing for those of you out there who do this, you know what I'm talking about. If you do the work in the summer when no one else is, your fall, you're going to come back to a robust business. Your pipeline is going to grow. You're going to have more potential sellers. You're going to have more buyers pre-qualified, ready to go. And as the market starts to fill back in, as inventory starts to rise, as buyers start to come to Miami again and Miami comes alive, you're way ahead of the game. I like to say you get your bus. You've already got your bus filled with people. They're on the bus and they're ready to go. And this is all because of what you've done in the summer to tee up the fall and winter season. I know some of you are watching this right now and it's resonating with you. Hey, he's probably talking to me. I'm one of the ones that steps back, pulls back on my marketing, doesn't talk to my people as much, takes my vacations and kind of disconnects. Sometimes we like to say we want to recharge our battery, but we don't really have that luxury in this business, in my opinion. The business is really dominated by the people who are charging hard all the time. And I think making sure that you're one of those people, it's not too late. If this resonates with you, it is not too late. You can start this summer just doing a few extra steps, getting those automations, getting everything set so that automatically goes out, making the calls, commenting on their travel, checking in to see what's going on with schools next year. There's so many things you can be doing for your clients in the summer. And I'm telling you, if you do them right, they're going to appreciate it and you're going to stand out. But it is not too late if you've never done it before. If you want to know more about it, reach out to us. We love talking about a database and how to touch our people here at RSG. I think because most of us at RSG do this, we generally get into the fall season with a different enthusiasm than a lot of people here. We've got a big pipeline of coming listings. We've got a long line of buyers that are ready to go, waiting for those new properties to hit. Quite often, we're even connecting the two before we go to market. So I think the proof is in the pudding, and we generally have a much stronger fall than most of our colleagues. Here's the bottom line. If you just invest a little time, energy, and money in the summer, you are going to stand out in the fall. I promise you. You're You're going to build your pipeline. You're going to get those people on your bus. You're going to start the pre-listing process. You're going to have stuff ready to come to market, and you're going to be able to see a massive shift in your career. So please, please, please don't take the summer off. Pay attention. Figure out how to stay in front of your people. Don't use it as an excuse because they're out of town. You can reach anybody on planet Earth anytime you want nowadays with all the digital electronic ways we have to do it. But also don't forget the old school phone calls, meetings, handwritten notes. They work just as well. Matter of fact, they work even better in the summer. Wrapping it up, make sure you stay omnipresent with your people this summer. If you like this video, please make sure you drop me a comment below or subscribe so you can get more videos about things in real estate that happen here in South Florida on a regular basis. And of course, if you're interested in learning more about what we do here at RSG and what the secret sauce is that we have, I would love for you to reach out to us. Give us a call, send us an email. We'd love to sit down and chat. I personally interview every agent that walks in the door. I love sharing my stories about real estate. I love hearing what their challenges are and seeing if we could be a fit for you and if we could help you grow your business. I'll see you on the next one.